Yes, yes, yes. We are here. Are you there?
Yep.
We know that Statsman. We know Statsman is here. Here's the man.
Good evening. Oh, look at that, eh? Hey, full
What's
view.
happened? What's happened? That's me. It's supposed to be me in the lower third. Oh, look at that. I'm making a mistake on purpose.
That's much more of an improvement, wouldn't you say so, viewers? Eh?
What do you mean? What do you mean, more of an improvement? I'm sorry, but you know,
that's how we roll in the show. I like this.
Is that right?
Welcome
is that
to
right?
Cheshire Matters. Anyway, I'm just going to bring on the guest. His name's Jonathan Starkey. Or we can just stay like this if you want. It's up to you. Tell you what, put a poll out and see what the viewers think.
Get lost. Yeah, put the poll on. Put the poll out.
Poll out. It's be like Dan Mutton's poll of the day anyway. But,
That's right. That's right. Okay. Anyway, okay. Oh, what a shit show it was today at PMQs. Oh my God. Anyway, let's get into a few things first. Let's just say it again. Keir Starmer's modus operandi: promise everything, deliver nothing, and blame somebody else. He even got told off. He got told off in PMQs today for not answering the questions by the speaker.
About time, innit?
My
he
God.
was asked about 6 times, wasn't he? And he just kept going, what about this and what about that?
Oh, God. It was just like, it was absolutely a shit show. Yeah. What a joke. We'll come to that as we're going along. Yeah. But anyway.
It's funny, though, because not anyone else, mate, he'd shut them down by going, racist.
I know.
It can't quite do that with Kemi, can he? So
no.
He's like, shut up. He wants to.
Just everything that he...
Shut up, Kemi, Nigel Farage, literally Hitler. It's like, what the fuck's he going to do with it?
He avoids answering any of the questions and then just goes on to just an attack. He doesn't answer the questions. And everybody's getting so fed up of it. Even the speaker just turned around and just really, seriously had a go at him. And anyway, word of the day. Right, you're going to love this one, sir. You're going to love it. Here we go.
Well, get me pen.
Word of the day is twatstipation. It's the mental or emotional blockage caused by having to deal with too many twats in one day.
Just an average day then, isn't it?
What do you think?
Great Britain, yeah.
Let's just get something about the relationships again with married men. They all know about it. Check this out. Here we go. Gary Craig. I love this guy. Here we go.
Yeah, I think our relationship is on shaky ground. For Valentine's Day, she gave me a bracelet that says, "Do not resuscitate."
Just the sardonic way that he puts it across. Yeah, she gave me a bracelet that says, "Do not resuscitate." And for some of the oldies out there, and there are some of us there, and some of us here, actually. Not you. You're just a youngster, okay? But here's the old ones. Here's the best ones. Flake news. Check this out.
Breaking news. Mr. Whippy was found dead today with a flake behind his ear and sprinkles on his head. Police at the scene believe he topped himself.
Sorry for the version that goes out on YouTube. He unalived himself. Yeah, do you know what I mean? You can't even tell a joke.
We had to say that. No, and oh God, no. Anyway, okay. Start off with some of the first things, but we'll come to Trump saves Senator Kennedy. Trump saves Senator Kennedy, the next part of our series from the Baby News Network to drama. It really is a drama. It's a baby drama, okay? Trump's going over to save... Yeah, he's going over to save Senator Kennedy, all right, because he's been kidnapped by the evil Khomeini.
Which one? Because I think the second one's either dead or in a coma after one day. So,
well, it's
sure no one else wants the job.
we'll call it the latest one, whoever the latest one is.
Within a day, mate, isn't it?
It's gone.
I'm not sure if he's dead or in a coma.
Indeed. Well, here's a BBC debate in Glasgow, and the Green Party rep from the Green Party in Scotland, she went nuts. Listen to this.
Hang on, have you got subtitles?
That hostel Only 2 were Glaswegians, okay? I did not meet any doctors and lawyers with their families. I met economic migrants who have paid to come here illegally, and they're coming here because they get benefits here they wouldn't get anywhere
So you actually went there yourself
I did.
and asked those questions?
I did. I also did something else in Glasgow. I did a patrol called North to South. A group of dads in Glasgow who are now walking the streets between 9 p.m. and 2 a.m. to get the women and girls home safe. Glasgow city centre is not a safe place to be after midnight. Okay?
And you're blaming that on the asylum seekers?
Hang on. I've seen this for myself. We're dealing with a group of men who are roughly between 20 and 35, who are economic migrants who are coming here with a different culture, don't speak our language, particularly a different approach to women and girls. It's creating massive tension in our communities. Whether you like it or not, the local people are saying, because we've cut the local connection rule, Glasgow now has 20% of UK asylum seekers.
Okay.
Yeah. We have 8% of the population. We're doing more than we need. Our services are breaking.
Lorna Slater.
My view is we need to control this. We need to control it.
We've just heard people standing for election blame asylum seekers for putting pressure on public services. We've heard them blamed for making Glasgow more dangerous.
That's what local people are saying.
It isn't the fault of the asylum seekers. They are not allowed to work. They are not allowed to pay taxes. They are not allowed to leave those hotels and find somewhere else to be.
Lorna. We don't know who they are. When's the last time you gave a job to somebody you never met before?
You're not. They're legally not.
If everybody's shouting, nobody's listening.
I mean, listen to her. I mean, she isn't going to get attacked on the streets walking home late at night. I mean, people are going to like make a like a beeline to the other side of the road if she was walking along. You know what I mean? But
close your ears. I hinted an American accent, so deport her.
Yeah, get her. I mean, I don't understand. 20% of all the illegal migrants in the country, or the migrants.
The majority of the ones in England were London, the southeast, and northwest. Funnily enough,
northwest.
I mean, how the hell are they failing?
Well, I say, here's Rupert Lowe's opinion. You ready?
Always entertaining.
Please spare me the continued moral outrage. I am bored of it. The British people are bored of it. Yep. It is not cruel to deport criminals. It is not inhumane to defend our own citizens. What is cruel is allowing foreign killers to walk amongst us in the name of the human rights they should have forfeited the moment they committed their crimes. You can all sit here and persuade yourselves otherwise, but one simple fact remains. The British people want them gone.
That's true.
Not some of them, not most of them, all of them. What happens on return to their own country is quite simply not our problem.
Not our problem. What do you think of that, Marco?
Brilliant. Is he listening? What are we always saying? They're only lying to themselves, John, aren't they?
Correct.
Because no one else believes a word they say.
No. Nobody cares. And the Greens aren't going to say anything about the illegals because they're in bed with them. Well, not literally.
The problem we keep pointing out, John, is this suicidal empathy is hard to deal with because they'll deny reality by going, wow, you're a bad man. Pointing out bad shit. I'm the bad man. We're doing this again, are we? We're just going to deal with the symptoms because that fixes shit, doesn't it?
Oh, these people are just absolutely fucking nuts. And the other thing, the other thing is that do you remember AY Audits, who's been following through and showing where these people are living? I mean, everybody must have seen on one of the episodes that we did, was it last week, the building and the rooms that they're being given. I mean, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
And look what's happening to AY Audits, the guy that actually was exposing that. And he does more to expose this than most of them.
He goes where water doesn't, he's every time there's an issue, he's there, isn't he?
He's there,
I don't know how he affords to do it, to be honest. Like how he finds out and he's there.
Here you go. Here he is. Now watch this.
He's boss.
You want a coffee? Sorry, mate?
You want a coffee, guys?
No, but thank you.
You sure?
Yeah.
What about your colleague?
No,
you all right, buddy, yeah? You want a tea or not? You don't want a tea or anything?
No, thank you.
You got that picture of me on the screen?
No.
Listen, what are you following me around for today?
No, we ain't following you around, buddy.
Come on.
You can carry on filming this, follow me.
Come on. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah. Why are you following me for today, guys? Come on, man.
All right, we got to go, but we're not interested in following you, I promise you that. All right?
You've been following me all morning?
No.
Yeah, but we're not now.
Thank you.
Driving away then.
Bye-bye, officers.
But he sees
Busted.
Does he see him again in 5 minutes? You're not following me, no? You're
No.
outside my house.
There you go, guys. Police surveillance.
Isn't it funny the way they'll surveil you, right, and then you call them out, and then they stop surveilling you? It's easy. Just go, hello. You watch me now.
What are you up to? Are you looking after me? Are you looking after me? Are you making sure that I'm safe?
Is that what all the gangsters have to do? Just tell you what, don't hide from them. Just go outside, knock on the window, and say, are you watching my house? Do you want a cup of tea? You coming in for the chat? What EastEnders on? They're like, no, and drive off. Problem solved.
Well, okay. Well, this is...
Shit,
oh, God. And this, I don't know why they're doing this. I have no idea. I mean, because everybody has a right to actually get information and find out what's going on.
Has a right to not.
Well, according to this, I mean, here's what everybody thinks of Starmer. Well, a section of the audience outside Westminster Abbey.
I think we know, don't we? Oh, my God. You can't even walk properly.
Listen to the boos. To the boos. I mean, that's what they think. And this is the best explanation of Labour I've ever heard. This is explaining Labour to a child.
Good luck with that.
This is brilliant. Listen to this. I think it rivals you, but not quite beats you, Statsman. But here, listen to this.
Someone can explain them. Fair play.
Listen to this.
Well done for tidying your room. There's £10.
Thank you.
But you've got to give 7 of it to your sister.
But she didn't even tidy her room.
That's just the way it is.
Okay, but I'm not going to tidy my room next time. Can I get £7?
Of course you can. You can still have it. I'll get it off someone else and give it to you.
So I get £7 for nothing?
Yeah, but listen, only if Daddy's always in charge of the money. So if anyone asks you to pick between Mummy or Daddy to be in charge, always pick Daddy. We don't want Mummy to be in charge because she's...
Far right.
You got it, kid.
What do you think?
Sometimes the simple explanations are the best.
That is just absolutely brilliant. Do you think I should play it again in case people missed it? Or do you think they got it?
Probably got that, to be honest.
Well, there you go. Right.
It's like the whole one where, you scatter loads of sweets in a field, isn't it? And you go and collect sweets, kids. Then they come back and you go, right, put them all in a bucket and we'll divide them out equally. And kids are like, hang on, he didn't get any and I've done loads. Like, doesn't matter. Equal. Right, do it all again. And then can't be bothered. None of them can be bothered. Because the lazy ones think the others are going to collect them all. And the others are like, I'm not doing it this time. So there was no sweets.
No sweets.
Socialism to a T, that, isn't it?
It is. No. It's great, isn't it? Until, they run out of other people's money. That's the whole thing about it.
It's these basic black and white ideas where you just think, do this, it'll fix this. No, stuff's way more complicated, isn't it, in life? But if you've got the IQ of, I don't know, a penguin, then maybe not. In fact, I don't know. The penguins might be quite clever, especially compared to some of these Labour politicians.
I would say some of these Labour politicians have the mindset of an amoeba. That's what I would say.
I use amoeba too much.
Why? What's wrong with that?
I don't know. Penguin just rolled off the tongue for some reason.
Pick up green. Anyway, here was PMQs today. What a great day it was today. I thought it was phenomenal. I thought it was great. To everybody out there that's listening, I hope you had a great day. Listen to this, because we're just about to completely F it up. Listen to this.
Mr. Speaker, why does the Prime Minister think now is the right time to increase the cost of petrol?
Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, we are not increasing the cost of petrol. We're absolutely clear in taking the measures that are necessary to deal with the impact of the conflict in Iran. We're dealing with that with other allies. We're taking the necessary action. But the best thing that we can do, Mr. Speaker, is to work with others to de-escalate the situation. And Mr. Speaker, as I said to the House last week, I took the decision that we should not join the initial US-Israeli offensive against Iran. The leader of the opposition
now listen to this.
Attacked me for that decision relentlessly. She said that the UK should have joined the US and Israel in the initial offensive strikes. Mr. Speaker, then yesterday, in the wake of the economic consequences, the leader of the opposition totally abandoned her position.
Oh, really?
She told the BBC, I never said we should join. She told the BBC, I haven't said we should have gone in with the United States. That is the mother of all U-turns on the single most important decision a Prime Minister ever has to take, whether to commit the United Kingdom to war or not.
Pot calling the kettle black?
I don't know. He's like a car that's just stuck going. The steering wheel won't go right.
I can't.
He's on that U-turn. He's dizzy now.
Listen to what she says when she comes back, because this guy answered the question. No, we're not going to raise the prices. They are. When it comes to September, they're holding off until September, and then they're going to raise the prices. Gee, dipsos. I can't believe him.
Did he? He did, didn't he? He said he's going to de-escalate.
De-escalate? I mean, why would you want to negotiate?
Stop. Is he going to stand on the border of Iran and just missiles? Stop. Don't. And then the Americans playing. Stop playing.
Well, we've got some commentary on that later on. But I mean, this guy. Listen to Kemi's response.
Mr. Speaker, I think the mother of all U-turns is him saying that they're not increasing fuel duty. That is news to us because last week the Chancellor stood up and said the fuel duty was going to increase in September. The Prime Minister told us at the start of the year that the cost of living was his #1 priority. So can he explain how a rise in fuel duty helps with the cost of living?
Prime Minister Speaker, fuel duty is frozen. It's going to remain frozen until September.
There you go. He said it's going to remain frozen. But what's he going to do in September? Let's get an answer. Come on, what are you going to do? Come on, Penfold.
And we will keep the situation under review in light of what's happening in Iran. But, Mr. Speaker, the most important issue is de-escalating the situation. And I come back to the Leader of the Opposition's position because this is one of the most important decisions a Prime Minister or Leader of the Opposition ever has to take, whether to commit your country to war. The day after the initial US-Israeli strike started...
Wait a minute. Let me just go back a second.
Last week, the Chancellor stood up and said the fuel duty was going to increase in September. The Prime Minister told us at the start of the year that the cost of living was his #1 priority. So can he explain how a rise in fuel duty helps with the cost of living?
Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, fuel duty is frozen. It's going to remain frozen until September. And we will keep the situation under review in light of what's happening in Iran. But, Mr. Speaker, the most important issue is de-escalating the situation. And I come back to the Leader of the Opposition's position because this is one of the most important decisions a Prime Minister or Leader of the Opposition ever has to take, whether to commit your country...
Mark, is there something about you that we don't know?
What's that, mate?
Look at your picture.
What about it, mate?
Look who you're over. Look at the screen.
Oh, I see what you mean now. Oh, tell you what. Well,
it's a perfect.
On this bit later.
It's a perfect match.
Identity. Yeah, I'm halfway through transition. I've only got down just below the shoulders.
Oh my God.
Up to the shoulders, more like.
That is
weird, isn't it? You've proper. Even the colour's not that far off either, is it? Yeah, if I just move my arm, hang on, let me fit there perfectly. Oh yeah, I've got it. There you go. Look at that. I can't move my arms though; they won't move.
Oh my God!
I'm definitely not going to uncross my legs.
I'm going to be.
What you meant to first there, mate.
I'm going to be looking for these kind of things in the future now, because when you
got me there on purpose, haven't you? Whose body am I on anyway?
Oh my God.
I'll tell you what's happened, Mr. Speaker. She and the Reform leader have been spooked because they realise they've jumped into supporting a war without thinking through the consequences. And now she's furiously trying to backpedal.
The Prime Minister seems to be asking last week's questions. This week, I'm asking about fuel duty. He has said that he wants to help. Mr. Speaker, he has said that he wants to help with the cost of living. My constituents live in a rural area. They rely on their cars to get to the shops, take their kids to school, see their elderly parents. And they tell me the rising cost of petrol is the single biggest cost affecting family finances. So does the Prime Minister not understand how important cars are to people in rural areas, or does he just not care?
Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, we're working across all departments and with allies to deal with the impact of the conflict in Iran, as the House would expect. But she says if I'd asked her last week, her position would have been, we support the initial strikes and we want to join the war. This week she says, we don't want to join the war. I'm sorry, that is a screeching U-turn. And Mr. Speaker, this is in this job, you don't get a second shot at making the right call on taking your country to war.
Anyway, what about fuel duty, mate?
If she were Prime Minister, Mr. Speaker, we would be in the war, and she would be coming back to Parliament a week later to say, oh, sorry, I got that one wrong.
Order.
Listen to this.
Order! I'm sorry I'm interrupting you, but unfortunately, we've got to stick to Prime Minister's questions, not opposition questions.
Wow. I mean, you should have heard him later on. I mean, man, did he have a go at him. Okay? The man is an absolute travesty. An absolute travesty. You know?
Aren't all those people sat around him behind him embarrassed?
Oh, they gotta be.
Honestly, mate, if my boss was that bad, I would have A, tried to replace him somehow by now, or B, just gone somewhere else, mate, where I didn't have to put up with that.
Well, it's not just us.
How does he? Well, I'm worse than him. I keep going back to Iraq, but so US and Israel are bombing Iran because they've been literally funding a multi-sided war against Israel for the last 4 years. Now they've bombed the crap out the country. They've got 3 aircraft carriers there. Literally, they've committed everything to this, and he's going to do what? De-escalate.
Yeah.
How's little mind Starmer going to de-escalate any of this?
Well, listen
to
here's
the actually involved in it. Like
major,
if you're a major player, maybe you could talk Trump down a little bit. Say, all right, give him a break for a bit. We've hammered him enough as it is. Maybe I could understand that. Let the people, some of the normal people in Iran, give them a chance. Maybe they can take over. Maybe they need a break. No. Nothing he even says has got even a tiniest bit of rationale to it, mate.
No. Well, check this out. This is the reasoning behind the American approach. Listen to this.
I just spoke to the President of the United States 20 minutes ago about the Gulf states and their involvement. And what he told me was this. Iran had thousands of missiles pointed at all these Middle Eastern countries for the last 4 months. They were going to take over the Middle East, meaning Iran. They were going to control it all, the UAE, Qatar, Oman, and Saudi Arabia. They had 1,200 missiles pointed at these countries. All these nations were afraid of Iran, and they are not anymore. And they had reason to be afraid. We have knocked the hell out of them like no other nation could, and they still have remnants left. Just wanted you to respond to that.
Well, this is why the president, one of the reasons I think he did why he did this now. Imagine, we're seeing how the Iranian regime is behaving now. Imagine if the president had kicked the can like so many of his predecessors had, and at the rate that Iran was producing these drones and ballistic missiles, had tens, if not hundreds of thousands years from now. That's the shield that Secretary Rubio has been talking about, behind which they would then develop a full-blown nuclear program, which we know they intended to do. They were not negotiating in good faith. The reason President Trump went now is because they're at their weakest point. And he's not the type of president to kick the can and let future generations have to deal with a much stronger nuclear-armed Iran to then truly hold not just the region, but the world hostage.
Now, you can understand that rationale.
That's a fair point. And then also you can understand if someone said, well, we've heard all this before, haven't we? Do you know what I mean? So, again, I don't really think we've had a say in it.
No.
So
I think it was the right move. I think it was definitely the right move because also, I mean, what's the main difference between Iran and the rest of the Middle Eastern countries? What kind of Muslims are they? What kind of Islam are they?
Shia.
Right. And what are the rest of them?
Well, the majority are Sunnis.
Sunnis, right? So you can see that there was going to be an argument. So you can actually kind of agree with the rationale or the reasons why people would take it that they had the missiles pointed at those countries because they want to get rid of them. They want to get rid of them.
They must have done because quite quickly they fired quite a lot at those countries.
Yeah.
I know you can transport them around and you can probably aim them pretty quickly, but they must have had this plan. They must have known where to face it. They haven't just gone, I'll have a look on Google Maps. What coordination is it? Yeah, okay, fire. It's a little bit more to it than that. So
yeah, absolutely.
They've had this strategy already planned, whether it was defensive or it was to attack. Again, will we ever see any evidence? That could have just been their retaliation plan. Or they could have been planning this. But everyone remember, they've funded a multi-sided war against Israel. Whatever you think of Israel, just imagine it was another country then, I don't know, Egypt. Same thing, isn't it? You'd be like, no, that's out of order. And the Middle East would be such a better place without that regime. Like,
absolutely. I mean, take them out. And Starmer wanted to negotiate with them to de-escalate. No.
De-escalate. No. It went. I remember back in the 80s and that, and it was like you don't negotiate with terrorists. And like they took some hostages in the embassy. Fucking SAS, straight in, bang, shoot, dead. No, we're not having that. Now we have these wet white politicians who, we'll talk, we'll have a cup of tea, and we'll go and meet Hezbollah and we'll have a little chat. What? Really? They fucking hate us, like?
Yeah, and this is one of the main reasons why we don't find out what is actually going on is because the press also sometimes get handcuffed. Listen to this.
Proof in what you've been saying as well, that Starmer has been forcing news outlets to hide stories about migrants.
He's renowned for doing this. If the public knew the truth of the news, there would be riots. It would be widespread. People would not be paying their taxes.
How do you know this?
Because Keir Starmer or his team, they issue DSMA notices. So when you read a news story, it will say a man of 40 has been arrested for abusing a woman of, well, normally a girl, isn't it?
We all
a child.
know.
They are omitting details of ethnicity, of location. That is because it's a DSMA notice. Because how often?
DSMA?
So it's they cannot run it. They cannot run this information, and it's under the guise of national security. You can't run it under national security.
So it's not the newspapers making it, because a lot of people are on Twitter going, "Oh, bloody newspaper, look at you."
No, it's not them. And I don't defend the mainstream, but it is not their fault. The editors are all sent a DSMA notice, and that would be from the government, and that is saying, under the banner of national security, you can't run this. Because truly, I've worked with all of the citizen journalists that are at all of these migrant hotels, and the government are going after them one by one, trying to remove them, demonetize.
Now, we saw and we showed it earlier on with AY audits. I'm going to let her finish, but I just want to make that point.
This is very telling, because we've seen this before, haven't we, when they've ignored stuff for the sake of diversity. But now they're trying to hide it to stop the backlash from the natives.
Yeah.
Which tells me that they're equally as frightened of the backlash from the natives as they are from, I don't know, other communities.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think the people of England are in a stronger position than I think they are.
Oh, much, much stronger. Much stronger.
They're just petrified of everyone, mate, of everyone kicking off because of their failures. So why don't you just fix your failures rather than trying to hide it and deal with the symptoms again?
Yeah. Totally agree. We'll let her finish off, because she's got a few other important things to say here.
Platforms, arresting them, because the truth is getting out there. But if people read it in the mainstream, it's game over.
So it would suggest we do sort of have a state-run media.
Yeah, without question, it is propaganda.
That's shocking.
That doesn't mean everything you read is propaganda, but it is highly controlled. You'd only have to look at who's running the comms for Starmer. David Dinsmore. David Dinsmore was number 2 at News UK. This is what they do. They get up that pyramid and then just hop across.
Revolving door.
There you go.
I mean, to be honest, John, she's not saying anything we haven't known for the last 10 years anyway.
I know, but it's nice to hear it come out from a different source.
Yeah, it's not what we haven't said. It's the end of the day, mate. As soon as you see a report in the paper where it doesn't say they were a white Englishman from wherever, then you know.
Mm-hmm.
You just know, because it's always, we're looking for the we're looking for the public to help us, you know, with our inquiries. Yet they don't give you the description, so they don't really want you to help them with their inquiries. When it's one of the natives, it's this man from so and so, and they'll show a picture and they'll call him white or whatever trigger word they can get to stir the pot, and then everyone knows who they were. Let's, for instance, when there was, you get the odd paedophile ring, don't you? And it could be care homes, children's homes, or there was one where it was in the church. Oh, splashed everywhere, faces at the lot, it all massively blown up. Yeah. There was none of this injunctions from judges to cover it all up and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like what happens with all the rape gang trials. You find out eventually that's because the press push, and push. Otherwise, you'd never hear of any of this stuff, unless it's the let's say the characteristic that they can gloat about. Look, homogenists do it too. Yeah, no shit. Totally.
Oh, they're quite happy to get that out. No notices on that. Straight away.
Never once have I ever seen like a man 40 from so and so does something and it turns out to be one of the homogenous population. Never happens.
Yeah. Well, here's Senator Kennedy, and we will play, the Baby News Network the next episode. But here's what he has to say about Starmer.
Now, second thing I want to talk about, our friends in the United Kingdom. And they are our friends.
We're friends, are we?
I love the people of the United Kingdom. I do. I went to school there for a while. They're wonderful people.
Unlucky.
We'll
come on to that in a minute.
They deserve better than the government that they're being given right now. Yeah. I don't mean any disrespect in saying this, but I'm not a big fan of the Prime Minister, Prime Minister Starmer.
We're not either.
The United Kingdom was founded by geniuses, but at the moment it's being run by idiots. We entered Iran because we had no choice. I don't want America to be the world's police. I do not.
He's not that fast.
Some of the bad guys in the world decide they're going to be the world's police.
Wait me up when he's done, mate.
And it requires us to intervene.
I like him.
And that's why we're in Iran. If I said Iraq, I made a mistake. It's late. That's why we're in Iran.
You bombed that many countries beginning with I. You can't remember which is which.
Did not enter Iran.
He's going into Ireland next week.
He entered Iran to prevent a war. Let me tell you why I say that. Our intelligence clearly showed, categorically, unequivocally, that Iran had restarted its nuclear warhead program.
There you go.
And let me say, I love the people of Iran, too. I mean that. I don't think much of their political leadership. The good people of Iran basically are being governed before and now with the new supreme leader by Jack Nicholson in The Shining. They are stone cold crazy.
I think the new one's in a
their
coma.
Religion teaches them, their interpretation of their religion tells them that they have to kill people who don't interpret their religion the same way that they do.
Well, we're going to be talking about that, aren't we? Very, very shortly, because we're going to end on this story with you. But just let me give a quick next episode of Trump saving Senator Kennedy, just to lighten things up a little bit before we get into something a little bit heavy. Here we go.
Yes, what is it?
That's my official response to Death to America. Goodbye, Ellie.
Fellas, I've been sitting here for 3 days, and I got to tell you, your hospitality is somewhere between a bus station and a haunted house. The rice is cold, the chair's got a wobbly leg, and that poster of your boss up there looks like it was taken at a Sears portrait studio in 1985. I've seen scarier things at a crawfish boil. Now, I know Mr. President is coming for me, and when he gets here, it's going to be like a gator at a pool party. Y'all ain't ready. I'd start updating your resumes if I were you. Maybe learn a trade. Plumbing's good, honest work.
Hello, Pete.
Mr. President, the jet is fueled, armed, and ready. Operation Epic Fury is a go. We've got satellite imagery of the bunker, and by the way, Kennedy's being held in sublevel 2.
Beautiful. Pete, you're doing an incredible job, by the way. Best Secretary of War we've ever had, probably in history.
Secretary of Defense, sir.
No, Pete, I changed the name. It's war now. Defense sounds like we're waiting for something to happen. We're not waiting, Pete. We're arriving. Very aggressively, actually.
Sir, standard protocol is a full squadron escort with a...
I don't need a squadron, Pete. I am the squadron. One jet, one president, one mission.
There you go. That's your next episode.
Oh, I want to see his mission.
To be continued. To be continued. Okay. Anyway, all right. So we know what America thinks about Starmer. We know what everybody else thinks about Starmer. Now, they all think that he is, basically pandering to all the Muslim votes. And they think that, basically, well, they also think that the kings, converted to Islam as well. But, there you go. That's another story. But, Mark, we had these things. Now, shall I, just give a little hint of what you were thinking from our last episode? Because I did a short of it. Check this out.
Britain's integration model works exceptionally well, apparently. That it's failing badly enough to require this major intervention. I mean, again, how many times do we see people just being really inconsistent and not really knowing what they're talking about? So with this one, we've got the positive narrative, haven't we? The country is fundamentally strong. Cohesion's great, isn't it? And we'll just wait for that one a minute. And then there's the risk framing, which the threat could undermine strength. But we know who they mean by the threat, and it's not the one they've took a blind eye to. And then you've got your policy justification. Therefore, new action is needed to make us believe that they can or are willing to do any of this, which is the funny part.
There you go. So, hey, how'd you feel like looking at yourself on screen like that? Do you feel a little famous?
People don't like the sound of their own voice, do you? Well, I know you do. But...
I like the sound of my voice. I certainly do. Let's get down deep and dirty.
So I thought we'd do a little update on that because obviously we spoke about the whole social cohesion plan, for the lack of it, and we discussed a couple of issues because the anti-Muslim hate bit, the hate crime bit, was a big thing. What a lot of people are talking about. So we touched on it a little bit, but couldn't go through the whole definition because it would have made that cast really long. But we can go through a little bit of it. I did mention a few of the aspects, but we can go through it a little bit in more detail.
Well, what would you like first? Would you like the video of Isabel Oakeshott first?
No, we'll go through the screenshots of the definition. The definition of anti-Muslim hate.
Okay, there it is.
Fun. So there's the definition. So you've got a list of stuff which are basically already crimes. We've got laws covering all that stuff anyway. Not really sure what the point of that is. I know because it's non-enforceable nonsense, basically, which we'll come to in a minute. But it seems to be putting Muslims in a different class. If there's already laws covering this, where are they putting them? Are they saying they're either lower than other people or are they saying they're superior? I don't.
Why are they giving them the importance?
But are they, though? Are they saying these people are lesser than us, so we need to protect them more? Or are they like, oh, they're far superior, we can't touch them? Do you know what I mean? And the bit that it's confusing. So they say they're including where the perception is based on assumptions about ethnicity or race. Now, I'm sorry, Islam isn't a race, right? Race is just nonsensical anyway. But if someone believes all Muslims are the same ethnicity, then I reckon they should be arrested for stupidity, to be honest, John, not like a hate crime.
I'll go with that.
You know what I mean? So they're trying to connect. You see what they're trying to do because you've got the Jews who some people believe are a race, so they get that whole race protection. You've got Diane Abbott saying, oh, no, but it's the black people who get the most racism. So this is what they're trying to do here. They're trying to link being a Muslim to race. Nice try, but fail on that one, to be honest. We move to the next part of it.
Hey, and if anybody sees your picture come up on both sides, this is you trying to take over. It's like you're being in Iran.
Yeah, I'm the host.
Look, see,
that's better. Look at that. They leave me on.
Look there. I see that, ladies and gentlemen. He's trying it on. I'm moving it. Here we go.
So they're saying about people treating them as a collective group, defined by fixed negative characteristics. But many of them call themselves a collective group, don't they? Yeah. Hence Muslims. So they have councils for this, that, the other, don't they? They have political groups, the Muslim Council for this, the Muslim Council for that, right? They call themselves a community. And the best one is their religion by default says they are a superior group. Yet we can't put them in a group as a collective.
Yeah.
So a non-Muslim points out a negative aspect of their religion that obviously affects the actions of the people who follow that religion, and they say so, they're committing what? A non-enforceable crime? Again, this is nonsensical garbage.
Yeah.
Look, if you've got bad ideas, and then I don't know, there's people that follow those bad ideas, John. I don't know. Let's give some examples like halal. Not very humane on animals, is it? No. Cousin marriage. We discussed the risks about that a few weeks ago. I don't know. Morally questioning things like following a prophet who traded black slaves while crying out racism in your definition. I mean, if that's not the sign of insanity, I don't really know what is, John. Am I allowed to come and say, well, he married a child and had sex with her when she was 9? That needs to be addressed. But I believe this is the main point of it, John. It's as we're going to find out in a minute, it serves no purpose apart from shut up and don't talk about these things. Because the clincher, it goes on about intent. You see now it says the intention.
Yeah.
Now who proves the intent? That's the clincher. So we'll find, I don't know, let's say you were Lucy Connolly and you put out a little tweet. The judge decides your intent. No, you intended to be racist, whether she says she wasn't or not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but poor Muslim didn't intend to rape because he doesn't know the rules and he doesn't know the laws and where's his human rights? But little nasty English woman, you know, definitely intended to stir up hate and must be jailed.
Absolutely.
See the way this is going. We'll move on to the next screenshot. So here's some examples of expression that are protected. Okay, brilliant. So we can criticise the practices. That's good because they just have. I think they're absolutely nonsensical, disgusting. Some of them are just rank, aren't they? Let's face it. So if we say that they're negative and fixed,
yeah,
well, that contradicts this, doesn't it? Because you're criticising the religion and the beliefs,
and yet Christianity can be it can be criticised until the cows come home. So what makes Islam so special?
I don't know, but who knows? But you've got a few things there that saying why you can criticise it. So let's have a look. Just for the record, and this is my statement of fact, nothing I ever say about Muslims is intended to encourage hate. In fact, John, quite the opposite, you know.
Yeah.
Everything I say is to actually help as many Muslims as possible turn their backs on Islam for their own well-being, right?
Yeah, absolutely, and integrate.
I believe it's detrimental to their progress, their communities, and the country as a whole. And I want to free as many as possible because I love all humans, John. And equally, I want to raise these concerns.
You love all humans?
Yeah, and I want to raise these concerns, as it says there in my protected characteristics, to in the public interest, John.
I can't admit to that. There are some humans I absolutely detest, and I will state it out straight away.
Read between the lines, bro.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? So that's my statement. So I'm upholding all my protected expressions there.
Okay.
Which are also covered if you move to the next screenshot in these made
freedom
up
of expression. Right. Oh, I love this one.
So I'm doing it for national security, territorial integrity, public safety, the prevention of crime. I'm definitely protecting morals.
Yeah.
I'm protecting the reputation and rights of others, including Muslims, our rights, and obviously to that last one. So they're all covered, all my rights, in Article 10, which is the made-up human rights that the state kindly allow me to have.
Yes. And we've still got, at the moment.
Why is everything such contradictory nonsense?
Oh, listen.
I mean, we can go down the route of human rights being an absolute contradictory bunch of nonsense.
I haven't got a clue.
Anyway, we'll move to the next one, and this is the clincher, because this is brilliant. So the definition is non-statutory and must not be confused with legislation. So it's not even a law. It does not override anything,
So what's
basically.
it for? What is it for? Is it the thin end of the wedge? Tell me.
Well, this is what it's not for. It doesn't override anything. It must not be used in any way that is inconsistent with any part of the law, which gives us right to criticise, or statutory functions, guidance, or codes of practice. The definition is not intended to be authoritative or exhaustive statement or summary of criminal law or a guide to particular criminal offences, even though it listed some before that were already covered under laws. The definition does not change what is or is not a crime. It does not equate to
Jesus Christ. So what is this?
So the definition about anti-Muslim hostility does not equate to anti-Muslim hostility. So crack on. Do what you want.
Yes, it's absolute nonsense.
Do you know what it's for?
It is. They're trying to make a point. It's a show of force politically behind the scenes to say this is where we're going.
It is. It's shut your mouth for the sake of diversity again.
Yeah.
Take no notice. It's peak clown world. They've literally just spelt it out for you. It's garbage. It's meaningless shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'll continue to speak my human rights the state allow me to have to protect everyone. And they're going hard with it now. I'm not sure whether this is the Daily Mail picking something because it's relevant to what's happened.
Yeah.
But this, again, is another example. And it makes a mockery of everything we discussed yesterday with this social cohesion, doesn't it? It contradicts everything. Let's integrate bollocks. Because if that was the case and we were going to follow the British values and law, etc., my lesson would go a little bit like this, John. It'd say, "Hello, pupils. Today, this is what Islam teaches, but we live in England and we don't care. We'll draw whatever we like. We'll dance to whatever music we like to, right? And if you don't like it, guess what? It's tough shit. Take your kids out to school, or even better, fuck off back to your own ancestral homelands, all at your own cost, by the way, not the taxpayer."
Yeah.
And that's how the lesson would go. And when they come knocking, "Oh, bro, we're offended," I'd say I couldn't give a shit.
No, because there's
Tell
nothing
you what,
against it.
Go to a Muslim country and be offended then, mate, because the governments have just told me you're meant to integrate and you're meant to follow British values. None of this is.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine just for one second if we went across to a Muslim country and we started dictating that you should do this because it's the English way, and we want this, we want to be protected. Jesus Christ!
Should we go Mecca in Saudi Arabia and give it a try? Oh, we can't, can we? We're not even allowed in Mecca. The tolerance, it just oozes, doesn't it? Well, the hypocrisy.
So are we going to talk about marriages now?
I've
got a lot to say about marriages.
As long as you don't do it collectively and negatively, that'll be a problem. See what I mean?
Yeah,
so here's another example. This isn't, again, this is guidance given to a school. So it's not something that should be enforced, but basically on the side it's saying, teachers, shut up, watch out, and do what the Muslims say. Okay, some Muslims, so don't get confused of, lumping them all together as a collective negatively. But it's their ideology what makes them think that way. So that's what I'm criticising, and I'm doing it for their benefit.
School governors should get a collective pair of bollocks, and just turn around to them and say, nah, we're not doing it.
I'm going to be honest, John. I think post-1990s, I think God just skipped the bollocks in the spine, didn't he?
Well, the Church of England did. Yeah, I'll go with that.
Lack of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So again, I know that you have to read through the article here. It's not like they're saying, don't do this, don't do that. It's guidance to say, but some Muslims might get upset by this. And you know what that means? They'll kick off. Just leave it. Don't even go there.
Yeah, but they're not bothered. If they're going to kick off, then they're breaking the law. Get rid of him. Simple as that.
But they won't, because our politicians have got no testicles and will not be doing all that crap we read out yesterday because they're not interested.
So what's all this about the marriages? I mean, do you want to listen to some of Isabel's?
It's just, yeah, go on then. It just links into all this, doesn't it?
All right, here we go.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
Right, my name's Mark. I'm from Portsmouth, and my daughter was a victim of child marriage.
Wow, so how old was your daughter when this happened?
She was 16 years old.
So everything was sort of going okay until your daughter became a teenager, is that right?
That's right, yes.
And what happened then?
She went to a school and it was mostly Muslim children there, so she sort of started following the faith. And
was that in Portsmouth?
In Portsmouth, yeah. She became Muslim, which I didn't actually know was happening at the time until I found a Quran under her bed one day and a prayer mat as well.
How did you feel when you found that?
Quite angry at the time, to be fair, because it goes against the grain of my family, sort of, their Christian family, and it's a big thing. It's a big thing to go that path, sort of thing, So.
What concerns did you have for her about becoming a Muslim?
Well, you have it. Is she being groomed? You don't, and that was my first port of call, really. Is she being groomed? Is it an older man trying to groom her into becoming a Muslim? But no, it was just generally all her friends were Muslims around her school, and I mean, she's learned 5 different languages, through it. She's quite an intelligent young girl. In the end, anyway.
Did you challenge her and say, look, are you sure this is a sensible thing to do?
Absolutely. I tried to explain that it would go against my family's religions as such. I mean, I'm not a religious man myself, but my family are. So, and it made it hard. Do you know what I mean? It really did make it hard at first.
This goes on for quite a bit, Mark. So please, give us a summary of it.
Well, basically, his daughter was married off. I believe the boy and the girl weren't actually Muslims to begin with, but have obviously been coerced into. Maybe they willingly took the Shahada, etc., and became Muslims, and then they were married off at 16. Now, up until 2023, there was somewhere where you could still marry at 16 in this country, but they've changed the law so you can't anymore. I mean, it's not the most extreme example, but again, where's the integration? Where's the it's this parallel Sharia law thing, isn't it? If that was all banned, this wouldn't have happened.
Yeah,
you'd only be able to get a legally registered marriage in this country via the law, but they don't. They've got their own parallel system, and then everyone will say, "Oh, but it's not a parallel law system because our law is the only law." No, it is when there's another one running underneath it, which is accountable to nobody. That's like an underground law, isn't it? And it can't be enforced. And so again, she should be stuck in that, and there's no way out. The husband refuses. He refuses. She's still married.
Yeah.
And again, so are Labour in their integration master social cohesion plan. They're going to sort this out. They're going to ban Sharia. Because you'd have to. Because they're saying they have to follow British values. But then they're giving them religious freedoms and tolerance. So which is it? If they're free to go about their religion, then they can have an Islamic marriage, can't they? They either can or they can't. There's no, we're going to fix this, but we're going to sit on the fence, splinters in my arse, Starmer again. It's a joke.
So is there a segment in anything? I mean, you know, you sent me a screenshot, okay? And what's the relevance of this, please?
I don't know, what was it? Well, there you go. We were talking about this the other week. So are they going to ban this? Because that's the hadith and it links to the Quran, and giving one's young children in marriage is permissible in Islam. And there's the bit where Muhammad got married to Aisha when she was 6, and then apparently did that thing that you're not meant to do with a 9-year-old. So this is where it's all coming from. So are we going to allow this to carry on flourishing? Is this what you call religious tolerance? Am I allowed to even speak out about this? Yeah, I damn well am. I've just proved how I am. Because I want to actually save children. I want to save Muslim children from this shit. And I want to save, looking at that video, our children from this shit as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm doing that in the public interest and for the best of them, and not because I've got hatred of all of them, so you can shove that up your ass if you even try that.
Well, nobody can get you on it. Well,
schools are knackered with all this, aren't they? Because they're damned if they do and damned if they don't. Well, while we're on the subject, before we finish, indoctrination of the day. This is what we have in school today, John, from the horse's mouth. A gender identity, that is no gender at all, or both. So I thought, really, this is what they're teaching in school, is it? I don't know. Yeah. Maybe you should improve the maths and the English and maybe stop all the fighting and all the other stuff. Go, no, let's teach them imaginary shit. So I thought, let's run this one through AI for a laugh. So obviously I've been having a ding-dong with it over male, female and trans brains.
Yeah.
And its arse has fell out with that because that's nonsensical bollocks. And now it's pushing me on a scale of male to female. So I've asked it, well then if that's the case, where does neither fit on the scale of male to female? Because even if you go halfway along, it's a bit of both, is it not?
Indeed.
It's arse fell out, doesn't want to talk about that anymore, John. But that's twice in one day, mate. Twice in one day. Because when I kept asking it to give me the example of this underage marriage and others, it kept giving me the information. And then within a second, deleted, and then kept giving me various different error messages. It's a spineless, honestly. It's as spineless as two-tier Kia, this AI. So
what did Grok do? Did you test it on Grok as well?
I'll have a little test on Grok later and see if that spits its dummy out as well. But that's indoctrination of the day now. Rather than teaching your kids the important things, I don't know, manage money, look after themselves. And it's genders that don't identify as any gender. I mean, if someone can work that shit out and prove it to me, then brilliant.
Well,
but if there's a scale and it's not on the scale, how can it even be a thing?
Well, we've come to that time of the night. We've gone on a little bit, but I was very, very interested with that, your explanations and your observations on that, and I'm sure that the audience was as well, but we've got to go. We can't keep them on here all night as much as we'd like to, but we can't. Mark, we've both got to shut up. Mark, shut up. Jonathan, shut up. We got to go. So here is, here is our end vid, which I think you're going to like, okay?
So don't worry, parents will have regular indoctrinations of the day because it seems like a constant flow coming out of that.
That would be good, like the word of the day, indoctrination of the day.
I mean, it can't just be me. So if anyone else who's listening or watching or whatever has got any examples of what your kids are being indoctrinated with, then send them over.
Yeah, let us know. You can get to us one way or another.
I mean, I'll keep just pulling my own examples out. Like, it's not even that, but I can imagine if someone's got 4 or 5 kids, this stuff is just making their head explode. You know what I mean? Imagine 4 or 5 different schools, and they're all saying, "Oh my God."
Well, here it is.
That's bad enough, mate.
You're not going to argue with this. This is going to be... Actually, it should take off. Here it is. Goodbye, everybody. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Hope you've had a good night, and the rest of your night's going to be even better. Well, not as good without us, but there you go. Anyway, well, without him, anyway.
We'll be back Friday.
We're back Friday, yeah.
Back Friday.
9ish, okay? That's German for 9. 9ish.
No-ish.
9.
No-ish, yes-ish.
There
Anyway.
once was a wanker who put to sea. His name was the Wankerman MP. He captains the dinghies and sets them free. He can't find the rapist, but he'll give you a digital ID. And soon may the Wankerman come to bring us crime and poverty. One day, when his wanking is done, he'll pay with his chums, cause he's the Wankerman. He has to talk in the House of Lords. They got no time for a man of his swords. From the coast of France he waves them on board as they sail through the channel straight to our courts. And soon may the Wankerman come to bring us crime and poverty. One day when his wanking is done, he'll pay with his chums, cause he's the Wankerman. If you try to stop the boats, he'll call you for right. If you complain on that Facebook, police come at night. The Wankerman excels in talking shite. But if you're a terrorist, you'll be alright. And soon may the Wankerman come to bring us crime and poverty. One day when his wanking is done, he'll pay with his chums, cause he's the Wankerman.